Hey guys, so this is another storytime video. As you can tell by the title, this is what I'm going to call my worst Tinder date. The reason why I'm doing this is because I've only actually ever had two. The first one was a great one, but we just never spoke again after that. But it's not like as bad as most of the other ones that people talk about. It was just more really rude and disrespectful than anything. And I kind of feel like me as a person and me as a mother just can't deal with people like that. Anyway, so I'm going to get on because it might be a bit long because I tend to ramble. So, I met this guy on Tinder. We were talking for like a couple of weeks. And then he kept saying, oh, you should come to my house. Bear in mind, I live in Sheffield, he lives in Rotherham, which isn't far. It's like a 5-10 minute bus journey from, well, about 20-minute bus journey from town. But I was just kind of like, excuse me, I don't know you. So basically, he was just like, do you want to go on a date? So I was like, yeah, cool. That's fine. We were gonna go and chill and hang out for a little bit. It's not like a proper official date, but we were just gonna go and chill, hang out for a few hours whilst my daughter was in nursery, and then depending on if it went well, we were going to pick up my daughter together, which I now know was a bad idea anyway. We didn't get that far, by the way, trust me, but we were going to pick her up together because I was due to meet, I already arranged to meet my friend for some food afterwards, so we were all just going to meet up and hang out. It was going to be nothing too serious, nothing too like datey. So anyway, okay, so I got ready for my date. I looked banging, just saying, makeup was on point. And oh yeah, we'd spoken on the phone the night before as well, because he'd said something weird that I'm not going to say because it's just weird. It's not dirty or anything, but it's just weird. I don't want to relive that moment. So he like called me to make sure I knew he was joking and everything was fine. So we spoke for like 2 hours or something that night. And bearing in mind, we were talking real serious, like we are going to get together, we're going to be great together, things like that. We were so quick at the talking lot. But so yeah, so I went into town to wait for him, and for starters, he'd called me. Well, no, he asked me to call him because he didn't have any minutes. So I'd called him, and he was literally like, this bus is 5 minutes late, like getting really angry about it, like, who the fuck does this bus driver think he is, being late? And then, apparently, I wasn't obviously there, I'd hung up before this guy to call my other friend, but he'd apparently shouted at the bus driver because he was like 10 minutes late or something, which fair enough isn't great, but like it can't always be helped, especially because it was really bad weather as well, so it can't always be helped. Like, people that are doing a job for you, for starters, shouldn't be shouted at. What the hell? So that was like, I didn't think too much of that. I was like, okay, fair enough, he's a bit angry about a bus driver, fair enough. Then he was telling me about how annoyed he was that the bus driver had got something wrong with the ticket or something. So I was like, okay, fair enough. So basically, whilst I was waiting for him, I got a phone call from one of my other friends saying that she really needed me. And obviously I wasn't about to say no to my friend. I wasn't going to reject my friend because I was meeting this boy. So I explained to her that I am actually supposed to be going on a date. And he's on his way, but obviously we can do whatever she needed to do afterwards. And then she was like, yeah, that's cool. And I was like, you can come join if you want. And then I called him and made sure it was fine with him, and he said, yeah, that's fine. So that was all fine. And then, so he got here, and bearing in mind, you know how, okay, it's going to sound really rude, you know how people are like really different to their pictures? Well, his pictures were literally like this much of him, like not even really the top of his head, it was like this much, not even like the chin really. Basically, I'm not about fat shaming or body shaming, but he was just bigger than I expected him to be. Like, I know that's not like I wasn't unattracted to him because of that. I just didn't expect it, I guess. But then again, see, the thing is, people say that about me, but I have full body pictures on Tinder. Not naked ones, obviously, but I have full body pictures on Tinder, so they know what they're getting when they meet me. Whereas I just didn't with him, so. But anyway, like I said, that wasn't really a big deal. I thought I'd let you know. So we met up, and it was really awkward. We just kind of stood there, and then we walked off because my friend was there with me at the time. We went into Starbucks, where he continued to complain about how expensive Starbucks is and how shit the hot chocolate is. Which, again, it's fair enough if you think that that's fine. But you just don't need to voice your opinion all the time. I'm a very opinionated person. Everybody that knows me knows that. But I just kind of feel like it's rude when you do that in places like that. Like, go home and rant about it if you really want to, but like, just don't shout it in the middle of Starbucks. I quite like Starbucks, that's why we went. But okay, so that was fine. Then we went to the cash machine with my friend. She needed to draw out some money. Then the second she turned away, he literally put his face right here and kissed me. And I was like, taken aback, like, you've only been here 10 minutes. I was just like, okay. It was like a peck on the lips. And then we went into the museum bits. It's not really a museum, but we went into this museum-y bits. That had lots of knives and forks and stuff. I know it sounds really fun. But it's because Sheffield's called the Steel City because they made steel or some shit. I don't know, something about cutlery, I don't fucking know. I should know more about my city, but I don't. Anyway, so we went in there, and there's loads of knives and different, like really old ones, not like your butter knife from your kitchen. Like lots of old ones, and there were different types of blades and stuff like that. And he was just like, why are we in a room full of knives? And I was just like, what? Like, it's raining outside, that's why we're in here. And then he was like, oh, I've got a sword at home, I've got a machete at home. And I was just like, okay. And I was just kind of leaving it. And then there was like, it's just like really little things that got to me. There was like this little box thing that basically has recordings of people telling stories about things and explaining things, stuff like that. And there's one old woman, and he pressed it, and he was just like, I can't even understand her. He was like literally shouting, and this is like a museum, so it's obviously quiet, and he's literally shouting. And I'm like, can you just be a little bit quieter, please? Because like, it's not even like there were people there, it's just more like, you're in a museum, can you just be respectful? Like I said, it was just little things. He like kept wandering off as well. Oh yeah, and also went into this, in the next room there was like this little shop thing that, you know, they only have open at Christmas, and it had loads of handmade gifts and stuff like that, which I really like. I like seeing handmade things. And he was just like, why would I spend this much money on this when it'll only cost me like 10p to make it? Like, why does somebody waste their time? This is shit. And I was just like he's literally abusing people for making things now. Like, I know how hard it is to make things and be creative for some people. Like, for me, it's really difficult. So if I was to do something and showed him and he was like, that's shit, Kaylee, I'd be like, you fucking what? Like, people have taken their time, their money and their effort to make this thing so that people can buy them and that people can enjoy them, and he's there slating them. And I found that that was really disrespectful. And literally, he tried to kiss me at least 6 times within 20 minutes of being in that museum, and I was just like, I really don't need to kiss you every 5 minutes. Like, can you not? I'm with my friend as well, so I'm just not, like, yeah, when I'm in a relationship, I'm a cuddly and a kissy person, but not somebody I don't even know, really. And then, basically, at this point, me and my friend, we were just feeling really uncomfortable, so we went into WH Smith while he stood outside and had a fag, and we were talking, we were just kind of like, I was like, I really feel uncomfortable, I don't want to be here anymore, I don't like this situation. I'm not happy that I've put myself in this because I don't like him. Like, I just don't like him at all. It's more, I just don't like him rather than we just don't get on. I just don't like his personality. Like I said, it's nothing about looks or anything because I'm not exactly a looker, but I just don't like his personality. So we were just like, what we're going to do? And then we ended up leaving. And then he went to me, do you know what just happened? And I was like, what? So we went, a homeless man just asked me for money, and I was like, okay, what did you say? And he said, literally, I quote, I told him to fuck off and get a job. Like, excuse me. Fair enough, like, I don't, like, this is going to sound really hard, but I don't give money to homeless people because I don't know where it was going, but I would never ever tell a homeless person to fuck off. I was like, why didn't you just tell me you don't have any money? And he was like, because I do. And I was like, but that's not the point. You don't tell a homeless person to fuck off, I don't care. I'm getting really angry thinking about this. So basically what happened was, I just felt really uncomfortable, so I texted my friend, my other friend, and got her to call me to pretend to be my daughter's nursery, which is a really bad thing to do, and I never expected to ever have to use that, but I did. Splodge's week. But, so she called me and I had to leave, and I'm one of them where I'm not really good at lying, so I like nearly started giggling, so I had to like hide. But anyway, so we ended up leaving, and this is where it gets good. when he gets home, he messages me saying sorry, and I'm like, but what for? Because I hate when people apologise but don't know what they're sorry for. And I'm like, what for? And he's like, I don't know, you tell me. So I told him. It wasn't even really a big paragraph, but I sent him like a little paragraph of things that had annoyed me and upset me. And then he was just like taking everything the wrong way, like I was insulting him when I wasn't. I just didn't appreciate the way he acted. And then like we had this long conversation where he was just like, so do I not get a second chance then? Maybe if your friend went there, it would have been a bit different. And I went, maybe it would have been, but I wasn't about to ditch her because she really needed me that day. I'm sorry, but my friends come first, is what I explained to him. Like, my friends, my daughter, and my family come first before anybody, so... But, so yeah, that happened. And then... Wait, this is the best bit. He went to me... Well, the best two bits. He went to me. It's bad, really, when your date's friend is more attractive than your date. And I was just like... Yeah, I know my friend's attractive. I hang out with her. I know she's attractive. But she doesn't like you, so it doesn't matter. And then he was like... Oh, shame she's ginger, really, or would have tapped that. And I was just like, you don't have a choice whether she's ginger or not, because you pissed her off as much as you pissed me off. But wait, the best bit is, he said to me, this was on WhatsApp, he said to me, he went, to be honest, Kaylee, my advice is you just need to go on a diet. And then he blocked me. But as he blocked me, I replied saying, sorry, but you're fatter than me. No, awkward and you're fatter than me is the exact words I used. And then he just got it as he blocked me. So he unblocked me to say, I don't think so, love. And then he blocked me again. I found that hilarious because I kind of feel like that was some sort of victory. But the thing is, I don't know. I'm finding it funny now, actually. But yeah, he was on about... Oh yeah, and also, one big thing, when we were in Starbucks, my friend, she has a nipple piercing. She didn't show it. She was explaining that she has a nipple piercing. And he literally, blatantly, in front of me, stared at her tits, and I was just like... Okay, right. Glad you think that's okay. And I mentioned that to him, and he was just like... Well, yeah, I was staring at her tits because she's hot, and I was just like... Thanks for that, then. Round of applause, you douchebag. So yeah, he blocked me, and then I deleted him off Tinder and Facebook and everything. Everything, I thought, until I realised I still had him on Snapchat. And to this day, this was like maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe. To this day, he still looks at my snaps, so yeah, that happened. He was just, like I say, it's not that I wasn't attracted to him looks-wise. Couldn't get out what I was saying. It's just he was really rude. And the fact that he even said anything about my weight and my size during an argument because he knew that he'd lost, it just shows how pathetic of a person he is, I guess. But yeah, so that was my bad Tinder story, I guess. I'm not really using Tinder at the moment. It's kind of just there. But like I said, I'm not really using it. I'm not that bothered about it. So hopefully there won't be many more of these bad Tinder stories. If you want to know about the good one that happened previously a couple of months ago, I can tell you about that one. But like I say, I've only had 2, so I'm not very experienced in the Tinder life, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching. And if you didn't, you won't see this anyway. Thanks for watching. Bye.